All right, let's jump into it, huh? So this was a viewer-submitted Brawl list here today. We've got Rhys the Redeemed here, which is a 1/1 for 1 that activates to make an Elf Warrior token, and then it can activate for 6 to double every token you already have in play. One of the things kind of nice about this is it only costs 1 mana, right? So while it's not busted early, it's a cheap commander that fills out your curve guaranteed, that does have a strong effect as the game goes along, assuming you're generating any amount of other tokens. So in addition to the 1/1s from this, we've got tokens in lots of different ways, like Amaria's Call, Angel of Invention, Tendershoot Dryad, Tristani Discordant, big plays like March the Multitude, other smaller plays like Raise the Alarm and Omen of the Suns, etc. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this token Brawl deck and see how it goes today. What's going on, Rain Dragon? Thanks for coming back for the second month. Welcome back. 100 card Historic Brawl has kept me playing Arena currently. That being said, this will be the first time I won't ever complete a Master Tree since he introduced it. It seems wrong to not provide multiple play queues at all times. I mean, at the current point in time, we have a lot of play queues, right? What's the removal like in green-white? We have Swords to Plowshares and Deccan Stone. A few others, things like Pacifism are okay against a lot of things in this format because they don't have removal for it. Clothis seems kind of scary. Gonna grind us out. Do I want to play Rhys on 1? If I play Rhys on 1, I can't Maze Mind Tome on 2, and I think I'd like to Maze Mind Tome on 2. Do we have Ratchet Bomb? Ratchet Bomb is legal, but I'm not playing it in my tokens deck. Arcbow's a sweet one. Well, it is awkward that it sits here and gives you priority, because you can technically discard a card for X to 0. Oh, I forgot to do my free Once Upon a Time. It's an oopsie poopsie. Says lay the land on boast. Was talking about their Arcbow and went into autopilot mode. Yeah, I think I'm in for an untapped land here. We'll play Rhys out and then start drawing some cards with this. Arasta, probably not amazing against the green-red deck. Although the fact that they're boasting here is it's pretty strong. Yeah, definitely red. Just DM me on Discord when your sub expires, or Twitch, whichever works for you. Twitch doesn't let me gift subs while someone still has an active subscription. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and play Astra out just in case they have, you know, some ramp or something they want to play next turn. Is my Rhys gonna die? Well, I guess they're getting priority because of Arcbow, huh? There's no way they want to Arcbow for 2. This seems strong in the late game, but I imagine they want to get to 5+ before they start bidding cards. Do I want an untapped land next turn? I think so. I think I'm just going to chill on the Maze Mind Tome. I think I want that to generate actual card advantage. Well, with the untapped land, I can plow Once Upon a Time Maze Mind draw card. Seems pretty good. This gives our things flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, protection from black and red. A lot of keywords, chat. I'm gonna leave this back. I don't want to trade 3 for 3 and let them boast. Like an Embercleave? They do. Think we have any instant speed interaction here? These get to trade at least. Which I think is fine. They're gonna have to pay 3 to re-equip the Embercleave down the line. Their board is mostly done at this point. Oh, nice. That works out really well. We probably just Conquer's Death the sword on our next turn. So that way they can't, like, end step, do this for 6 or 7, and then untap and equip the sword to something scary. Mentor sounds nice. Draws cards with this. Hey, welcome back, Enya. Where you dropped your sword. Let's fix that. Oh, Clothis is going to be able to take Astra before we can get it back, huh? That's a little sad. Let's just do this so all of our creatures from here on out are extra scary. Morning video. A non-token dragon enters, you get a 5/5. Yep. It's a good thing we have protection from red, huh? This is a very rude card against deck with red creatures. Oh, they didn't take this. Oh, honey. Be over real quick on the back of Memorial. Need to find an answer to this, like, right now. Yeah, if your deck's not aggressive, you want to make sure you have some amount of answers to artifacts and enchantments in it, usually. It's another red card. Yeah, I think Memorial's a good example of a pretty fair endgame card. This is one of its most unfair extremes where our opponent happens to have a lot of red things, but it's powerful, but it requires you to have a board state. It gives your opponent chances to interact with it. Usually it's not super impacting the board the turn you play it necessarily. Yeah, they actually just can't do anything here, right? These are all pro-red. We pledge unity. Oh no, she doesn't tap to make a token, chat. What bad beats? It's unlucky. Maybe we should cut the Akroma's Memorial. Got anti-synergy here. 2-drop and my 7-drop. Don't play well together. So, something that was noteworthy there was that we played Rhys, but we also just never activated it. And that's something I'm going to want to kind of keep tabs on and think about, like, okay, was our commander's effect actually useful, or was it just a little bit too slow and clunky? Because we basically just had better things to be doing with our mana every single turn that game. And I would think that there's probably some instances where we're going to fill our curve with this, but I'm curious to see if that's the exception or the rule. Okay. These two together are pretty silly. But I'm playing Kisis over here. I think we'll get Anointed Procession down and then start pumping out some friends. Well, it's no longer an option. Read. A lot of ramp. Look at that combo. Make it expensive, make it cheaper, still free. Well, that's kind of scary. I think I'm just taking a hit here. So I can Conclave Tribunal here. Because of the Thalia, I can't Sisay and Tribunal. I think we just have to take the God Eternal Catcher off the table. They get to tuck it into their deck, but this makes a bunch of 4/4s if it lives, so... They left it under there, so they're probably destroying this. Thanks for the follow, Albert. Good morning. Take another 7. Yep. That'll do, big. That'll do. Dahlia was very good at slowing us down there, but with Ruinous Blast, I don't think it really mattered. Had we been able to play our cards out, we still would have gotten savaged. Going on, 3 Smuth. Happy Saturday to you. Cody. I was thinking we might play some Cody as our second Brawl deck today. Been looking at that one in my deck editor. It's been a second. Seems pretty good. Rhys into Druid into Chariot. Got a piece removal here. Cody, for those that haven't seen it, says you can't cast permanent spells. It's a very creature-based, or spell-based deck. Basically gives your spells cascade. Leads to some crazy board states and things. I imagine lots of sweepers and spot removal out of the opponent's deck, so this Chariot should be pretty good. I think we want to Angelic Ascension this turn. And crack them for 5 first. Be able to start doing that next turn. See if they have a sweeper here. Kind of hoping to draw another card, they can put more tokens into play. I like that as a recovery aspect for the sweeper board. They notably are missing white mana though, and a lot of the sweepers in the format are white, similar to historic. So next turn, I can drop Shalai, crew the Cadillac, and then smash with everything. They like block this, they take 5, 11 dead. Then 13. I wasn't counting this jumping. Something when we did it. Hey. What you got? Spin the wheel. Need to untap and retap to tap the wrong colors on them. So when they cast an instant or sorcery spell, it effectively cascades. Putrefy. Yep. That's going to be enough. They have 3, possibly 4 mana left over. Need to be able to block 3, 4 things this turn. Or kill 2. Something like Lightning Helix could do it. Humiliate does not. The old Cadillac beatdown shit. Ema, thanks for the follow. Good morning and welcome to the channel. Okay, Helix does deal with 2 things basically. So now they need 1 more blocker. Alright, so we still got him. You had a Cody Mizzix Overload yesterday. Yeah. Card's pretty good. So again, another game where our aggressive token strategy was able to kind of push through, but we didn't really have any spots in our curve during the game that we played to actually activate our commander. I'm going to remember to play my Once Upon a Time for free this time. Want to draw our card for the turn, though, so this way I get to make a decision of what I'm getting with this, but after I see what I'm drawing. Anointed Priest is probably fine, right? I technically have 3 land Signet Migration Path. Yeah, having a consistent early curve filler has been nice for sure. This deck could, for example, though, there's an uncommon legend that we have in our deck, or like a Maria, where you can play like a 2-drop that gets bigger that doesn't have an activated ability, so we still consistently have an early play, but it just like doesn't depend on us dumping mana into it. Because I agree, having early plays has felt good in this deck. Isumaru Brawl. I think Isumaru is probably worse than playing Thalia, if I had to venture a guess. Well, they are pretty thoroughly set up here. No Gitrog in play yet. This is 7 mana total. So we can go Anointer into Tendershoot, and then we ascend when we make a token next turn. Or right away, right? Yeah, right away. Hey, Dostal. Thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. There's a ton of great people here on Twitch you can support. Thanks for keeping me around. Happy Saturday. Sometimes these decks have sweepers in them. Usually they have a lot of spot removal, so we'll see if we get to untap with Tendershoot Dryad here. 90% of your games are against Golos. I'd recommend changing your commander. I'm pretty sure if you go back and check my Brawl playlist on YouTube, if you watched all of it, oh, that's a bad beat. I've queued into Golos once. We're like almost 20 hours into playing Brawl since the queue dropped, and I've hit it one time. For reference, the Brawl queue has deck strength matchmaking, which means the better your commander is, the better things you will be queuing into. So sometimes in order to fill queue times, it opens the range up a little bit, which is why I've hit Golos one time. But if you're hitting Golos constantly, I would wager your commanders that you're playing are rated quite a bit higher, like Golos is rated higher. Meister, thank you for the 4 months. I appreciate the third of the year. Welcome back. I'll do it again, I swear. Yeah, we are all the way down to 16 here now, though, which is a little scary. Don't F with Ugin, chat. He's ineffable. Ooh, and I can play Heraldic Banner now, too. That's exciting. Yes. Yeah, we also hit it while playing Grixis Control is accurate. Do I want to kill this? I think I want to kill this. If I kill this, it means I need to chump block here to here, but I think that's still worthwhile. One thing I think Wizards could probably stand to improve is being a little bit more clear that the deck strength matchmaking exists, so people understand what's happening with their pairings a little bit better. So we have 6-8, so we can go Rhys plus Lambholt here. Really kind of looking for a powerful token producer here. Like, I have Rhys, and I finally have mana to activate it, and I just don't have any tokens in play. Oh, I should have done that the other way. We would have gotten a counter here. I thought this was, it's been a while since I've cast this card. I thought this was a passive effect. Nah, I don't think that's true, Rook. I think, like, right now, the fact that it exists is public, and they talked about it on, like, a WotC article. So, like, by not making it clear in client that deck strength matchmaking exists, you're only punishing people who aren't plugged in. So, like, having a thing where, like, you need to be in the know is a pretty big feel bad. Thinking we're gonna get ground out here. Maybe they'll try and smash all, and we'll get them with Settle the Wreckage here. Their Guardian Project was very, very strong this game. Provided them with, I don't know, 5 or 6 cards. If they hadn't had this, they'd be out of cards like we are. Yes, I would definitely not argue that people that pay more attention to Magic news are more reasonable. Alright. Turn your friends into zombies. They did unfortunately hit Field of the Dead before we did this, so. It depends on the deck. So, mid-rangey / go-long creature decks like Get Rog, this card's very good in. More aggressive decks, it's not good in at all. Alright, that'll do, pig. Play 1 or 2 more with Rhys, but if we keep having games like this where we just, like, never have a reason to activate it, I think I might swap it for one of the 2-mana legendary creatures. Because so far, the kind of aggressive tokens aspect of this deck has felt very reasonable, but we just haven't had windows to actually use Rhys. It's felt kind of mediocre having just a 1/1 for 1 as our commander. It's fine. I could Rhys, and then we could Cultivate. Yeah, take a mulligan. Yeah, that seems good. 1/2 curve. I guess we don't really have anything that generates tokens at the moment. This generates 1 token. Seems like a neat build-around card. This one's gonna get a lot of sweet new stuff with all the Madness cards coming in. Jumpstart Historic Horizons here soon. They're in this deck list. I'm blanking on their names. The 2/2 that makes you a 1/1 when it taps. Amara, is that it? And then there's another one that gets 1/1 for each creature you control that's a 2-drop. Brawl. Let's read. And do this, or do I want to play Intangible? I think Tristani's probably too much mana for what I want to be doing. I've liked the having a cheap commander. We just haven't had opportunities to both play our cheap commander and activate it. Oh, yikes. Well, Hmm. You're down to one card here. You could just like Garrick make a 4/4. Hope they can't kill it. If they can draw an extra card here or discard a card to draw an extra card. Yep. So Garrick's dead, but he left behind a friend. Draw 4 is quite the pile of gas here. Okay, Cadillac's a solid pickup. That's a card that could power through this Ironcrag Pyromancer for us. Thanks for the follow, Luce. Good morning. Here's a nice one. We'll get to attack with both of these. Copy this. And then honestly, I think we just do this, right? Just push some damages. This is again what I'm kind of talking about with like these cheap runs. Like this is one of the cards I would consider for the commander in this deck over Rhys. Rhys is a real name and it's pronounced Rhys. I mean, aren't they all real names? Technically, whatever, what's his name? Crazy billionaire car guy, whatever he named his child is technically a real name now. Mr. Musk. Okay. Wow, me opponent. Oh, I guess I technically didn't need to do that because it's cruising on its own. Whatever. Okay. Sure. I mean, I wasn't not loud. Yeah, Sisay or Amara could be better. Let's try one or two more with Rhys and see if we ever get a chance to activate it. So far it's just been a 1/1 for 1. I find a third land, we get to route, and then we get to do this. I think we keep this. My My full, real, legal name is Jeffrey Hoagland. And I had a number of relatives growing up that whenever they would write my name on cards and stuff, they would always write it Jeffrey instead of Jeffrey. E-R-Y instead of R-E-Y. I don't really use that on anything other than documents that need to be legally bound, though. Flubbed. Thanks for the follow, Deprived. Good morning, good morning. I'm actually kind of confused. Every other time I played against this commander, they always have a bunch of colorless lands. This person might actually cast their Niv Mizzet on turn 6. We'll hold on to this for their Perun. Christie's name is one of those that can be spelled like 4 or 5 different ways. And she's Kristi, which is one of the less common ways to spell it, I think. And my favorite would be when, like, she'd have people message her on Facebook and, like, misspell her name in the Facebook message. It's like, her name is literally spelled at the top of the box you're typing into. How did you get it wrong? Probably not resolving. Oh, it did. Exciting. That's a pretty good one. It's probably 2 more land drops. Oh, huh. Wow. They brick out a land in 3 looks? Wonder how many lands they're playing. I would like to take a moment to applaud the person that put this current deck we're playing together. Because it was the first commander deck I've imported that I didn't add lands to. It had 40 lands plus double-sided cards to start. So Rhys has been a little bit well-big, but the deck building fundamentals were good. Alright, let's Rhys plus Imperious here, try and double spell into their counter magic. We're in for now. Ooh, tippy tap land's good for us. And they couldn't kill my Imperious Perfect. You love to see it. They didn't counterspell this last turn, but they also only had 2 mana. They could have a 3 mana counter. Do I jam Tendershoot or do we replay Rhys? Kind of want to just jam Tendershoot. Because next turn I'm going to be Banishing Lighting the Niv. Oh, wow. Do they have removal and didn't kill the Imperious Perfect? Oh, they're just tempoing it? Sure. Low-ish. Makes a 1/1 at instant speed for a mana. No Niv cast, huh? So, with no Niv cast, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and play Rhys here. Feels like they're holding, they hit a counterspell they want to hold for Tendershoot Dryad. I'd rather have them tag my commander than Tendershoot, I think. They have some kind of reason not to have played this. I wouldn't mind having this in play, but I'd also rather have this get interacted with than this. Great. Well, that could have gone better for us. Maybe just trying to hit more lands, so that way they can play this and dispel the same turn they play it. Even just like Opt or Faithless Suitor, God forbid a Brainstorm. They have a dive down or something that could be scary too. Mm. So can I plow the 9/9? This is, again, another game where, like, we've gone long here, and I just have not had windows to activate Rhys. Maybe if we survive another turn or two, we'll get there, but just had better things to do with our mana every single turn. We're not going to get there, chap. So the 6-month snacky cakes, welcome back. Play a couple more with this because I've liked the tokeny beatdown aspect, but I'm going to change the commander out. I think we're literally just going to go ahead and do this into Amara. We do Unite at the end of the streams when we do it, so we are going to do some more Unite today. We'll start there about 1 o'clock. It is in the stream title. Amara could be better as this. I don't know. The couple of times we drew this card, it felt fine when we drew it and cast it. You could be correct that this card's not going to get to attack in. We could put some more cars in the deck if we're interested in that. But it could just be right to play Shahana as the thing, because it just like gives us a big beater to beat down with. But Rhys literally never did anything other than cast as a 1/1 for 1, so I want to try some other things. So they haven't really put anything together too much. We'll start with these and see if they... Honestly, it might be great even just to replay Amari here. Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see if the mobile version of Unite supports gamepads. There's a number of other Android apps I know that support gamepads. We did Guardian Tales. I played it with my PS4 controller, PS5 controller. Or whatever this PlayStation thing next to me is called. Slimefoot is breaking all of my toys, chat. Do you think they have a Doomblade saved for my Elesh Norn? Is there a way to turn off the stream overlay? It keeps me from clicking on the untapped widget. Oh, the stream info upper left. There's not, actually. I know exactly what you're talking about with Twitch. Like, sometimes it pops up and sometimes it doesn't. It's super awkward. Yeah, I'm going to draw a card at end of turn. And then if we don't draw an untapped land, I'm going to scry at upkeep. So we can hopefully cast Lady Gaga next turn. Nailed it. Hey, Sen. Thanks for the half a year. Welcome back. Did my opponent save a Doomblade for Elesh Norn? I'm leaving this back because if they kill Elesh Norn, I want to have something left to block because I am kind of low and their commander does deal damage to us. They had lots of removal spells. Do they have one for the important creature? do this to start because it should induce an instant speed removal spell out of them, letting us know if it's safe to attack. So it should theoretically be safe to attack here, right? The old pay 4 drain 1. Will we turn the corner? Yeah, I think so. They could have something like Crooks of Fate. They do not. God bless. God bless us, everyone. Amara was fine there. She had some removal spells. I think the person in chat that suggested she's probably going to have a harder time attacking is probably true. Let's try Shuffle. I'm in a big, thick commander that comes. Oh, no. No, I don't want to play Historic. Where's the cancel button? Wait for 8 seconds and then make me... Damn it, Moto. I'm calling it Moto because that was some Moto level bullshit. Soon, we will just have an actual queue for Historic Brawl, so my muscle memory will be fine. My normal muscle memory is after we finish editing a deck, we hit the play button, and then we play and it resumes the queue we'd been playing. But the Historic Brawl Fest is technically a special queue currently. Will just be a normal queue in the play blade soon. The draw with the scrap. I'm gonna keep this. Be that far ahead, we'd better just hold up a sweeper in case of wrath. Yeah, that's less fun. Our green-white deck seems to be solidly in the Rilla bracket here, which I actually haven't played against this commander before today. Well, that's rude. I think I want to save Skyclave for their commander. Go ahead and drop the Warlord here. And this card's really good at exiling commanders because they put it in the command zone, and then this is just a 2-2 that got rid of their thing, and they're no longer going to token back. Because technically there's not anything exiled by it. Assume they're gonna murder my 2-2 here. Ha! This is kind of a sweet combo. When you discard one or more cards for the first time each turn, draw that many cards. So if they do this with this, they just get to wheel plus draw 3 they can only play till end of turn. It's kind of sick. We're gonna get rid of Chandra, but that's a really powerful synergy there. But type seems like a sweet one. I like the idea of the build-arounds that you do with this card. It's one I'm gonna have to put on my list of things to poke at some point. We have not had a chance to play with Iora yet. I'm going to block the Electromancer, because if they cast any instant or sorcery, this would kill my Warlord. Ooh, that's a pretty good one. No, thank you, Cannon. I think it's just Lady Gaga time, right? Do 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 do. M'lady. Easy Gaga, huh? She's very good, Chip. She's very good. Very, very good. We just build mono white Gaga EDH, right? She wins the game a lot of the time. How much ramp is there in mono white? Probably not enough in this format. I guess you have a good number of artifact rocks, huh? Might be worth attempting. Yeah, we have the goodest boy now, too. Like 4 2-mana rocks and a number of 3-mana rocks. I'm gonna write that down, too. Alright, chat, if anybody's feeling inspired and wants to put together really or Elesh Brawl decks, or if you already have them, you've been working on them, hit me with links. So I'm a big fan of being big lazy and copying other people's homework. Now you have the Commander Signet, Mind Stone, Cold Steel Heart, and Guardian Idol. We have 4 2-mana rocks. Definitely 4. There's 3 in normal historic. This one gains the Commander Signet. Missing land drops, big sad. This is where the magic happens. Dollart Sam, thanks for the follow. Good morning. If we hit a land next turn, we might be in the game. Man, this is like the stone cold worst draw. Because, like, it's like, I'll technically a land, so, like, I feel obligated to keep playing. But it, like, also wasn't just, like, a natural land, so I could, like, cast a 4-mana spell this turn. Yeah, if you search Outlandia, Beansy made an alliance. Number of people jamming it.
My hatred lives.
Let's try and get one more game where both players hit land drops. Even when you're playing 40 plus, you're gonna miss some of the time. Honestly, maybe we should have even more mana than we do. Where are we at? It was like 42. Yeah, we're at 40 actual lands, and then Amara's Call and Tangled Florahedron. Things like Cultivate and stuff too, though. Number of rocks. I'm gonna play one more, but could see wanting to get to like 44 or 45. You lose so many more games format to screwing than flooding. Having a commander lends you. BVM, thank you for re-upping that Prime for a quarter of a year. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. This hand hits the 4th land. Surge gets us the one after. Nice. This Temple Garden. Punching the clock and going to work, bringing everything into play untapped. Just gonna Banishing Light the Shaper Sanctuary. It's a 1-for-1 that used my mana for the turn, denies them a card draw. Hey, Nocti, thanks for hanging out for a year and a half. It's a while. Do I want to give them a turn with Azusa plus Rada? I really just want to play Vastwood Surge. Morningburger. Really? Oh, do they have a land? No, huh. Really surprised they didn't Rada this turn. So what I want to sequence here, I kind of just want to Harmonize to start. And then maybe Fairgrounds Warden the Azusa. And then if they play Rada out... Oh, maybe they wanted to wait to play her until they could activate her, too, to protect her from soft removal. Okay, so that play means I can Garrick, make a token, get a counter back.
Unfortunately for you, they're quite hungry.
And then we can Dromcom, counter fight. Throw this token away. Jaroka's command is great. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay.
Always good.
Tybalt's Trickery. I like an opponent who likes to gamble. One Gaga, please. Okay. Sure. We take those. Well, now we're just activating Castle Ardenvale, right? Yep. It's a little scary. I just let this die. I'm just gonna let this die.
That was a short hunt.
It's pretty far off of making another token. I think having the token is better than the Garrick at this point. It says Vigilance. Love to see it. Mm-hmm. Hey, Handuker. Thanks for the 3rd of the year. Welcome back. So, I want to make an angel. Oh, they didn't have enough mana to activate, did they? I missed that. I just assumed they did. But you're totally right. They didn't. These unhinged lands are so hard to tell at a glance how many are here. I do that quite frequently. They really need to have something that differentiates them better. Yeah, there's only 3 here. When they get in groups of 3, 3, and 4 look very similar at a glance. It's a little ambitious putting this under here, because if they draw a disenchant, they get 10 more or 11 more tokens, but... Yeah, they should just always have a number on them, is accurate. From an interface perspective, that would be much better. Spell that one, so I don't have to chump block it this turn. That Tybalt's might have won us this game. Yeah, I think so, honestly. You know, and I don't think Trickery's a particularly playable card. It's cute, but... Yeah, their Scut Storm's gonna be too little too late here, most likely. Oh, I missed Lethal Eye of a Desert. Got me with that Terror of the Peaks trigger. Shout special game dedication to Tibalt's trickery there. Helping us get ourselves across the finish line. So, to conclude here, overall, I liked the core of this kind of green-white aggressive-y mid-range deck. It felt like it was okay in a number of different spots. That being said, I don't know that I really loved any of the commanders that we tried. Rhys, that the original submission had to start, we played a bunch of games with and basically never activated it. I think we actually never activated it, right? Like, we played half a dozen games and won a lot of them and never actually activated the card. This was probably the best of the three, but even that was kind of whelming. I think perhaps the people saying maybe try Tristani could be correct. While it is a little bit slower, I was thinking perhaps we wanted some more ramp or lands in this deck anyway, so perhaps you play Tristani as your payoff and then just play a little bit more mana so you can get to it on 5, 7, and maybe even 9 when they kill it a couple of times consistently. The nice upside that Tristani has is the fact that she leaves behind extra tokens even if they kill her, so if they're killing your commander, we're still getting value out of it in a way, which is sweet. So I think if I were to try something like this again, I would start there in terms of what I would want the commander to be.